As you can see here, you simply click on the Architecture tab and you select the floor, and you will see in the Properties menu that you have different kind of floors here, and it's the same as the wall, that you can create another type of floor by simply clicking the Edit type and just do like we did with the wall. We duplicate, rename, and then change the structural thickness of the floor. You can also write in some extra information if you like that. So we select the floor, and this happens. We get this little menu up here, and you can't build anything else when this is active. So you either have to close it or finish it. And you see there's different kinds of lines that you can use. You can use everything from a straight line to a circular, or you can automatically put down the floor by clicking on the wall. It's very important that the purple lines encloses, because you can't really finish the floor if the lines don't go together. So when you have the floor like this, you simply just check that, and you get the floor underneath the level. If you click these icons down to the right, you can actually select the floor through the level. And as you see here, I can't select it. And I simply click this, and I can tap on the floor. And you can drag it like this, which I don't really recommend. It's always better to use numbers when you're changing things in Revit. So if you want to change this, you simply double click this, and you get into this menu again, and you can draw whatever you like that you need to change. And here it's the same as before. It's important that it encloses so that you get the floor down. So here you can see the floor from the side, and it's underneath the level. And you use the same kind of way to put down the floor inside the building, but you put them inside of the walls instead of on the outer side of the walls. So this is actually something that you should do in the beginning of every project. You put down the different kinds of levels that your house are built upon. And this is just because it's simpler to actually connect the different building materials to the different levels and connect them. We can put one up here for the roof also, just to get a understanding of how it would look like from the side, and also if we wish to, we can connect it to this to this level later. So here's how it looks like in a 3D view. It's always important to check between different kinds of views to see how things actually look like. So this time we want to create a ceiling. The ceiling is inside of the house, and usually above the ceiling is there could be electrical systems, or could be ventilation, or maybe even isolation. Depends on how the roof is built up, and can also be a bunch of other things depending on the architectural design, or how the engineers put down the construction. So when you place this ceiling, just like the floor, you get a certain height of it, and this is where you want to check if you have installations in between the ceiling and the roof. You need to adjust this. So let's go ahead and build the roof, and it's the same principle as building the floor. And you see in the properties over there you can actually change the height of it and the offset. But what you can do is to place down the roof on the second level. And it's the same thing here. You can either select on a pre-made roof, or you can create your own roof. Usually roofs are very thick because there's a lot of isolation in roofs, but because this is a basic tutorial, I will just use the smaller thickness because it looks nicer, and I don't have to sit with details in this video. So just like the floor, you would put down these lines so they close up, and you see this little triangle. It means that each of those lines have a incline or an angle, and as we can see here, it's 30 degrees. And you can check at the properties side when you select a line that it's checked in. So if you don't want the angle on those lines, you simply just uncheck that. So doing this will create a different kind of roof. And this is how the roof looks through the level 2. And it's important to know why it looks like that is because the breast height is around 800 millimeters, so it actually goes through the the viewpoint of the level. And this is how it looks from the side. And I don't really want to change the angle of on the roof, so I just put this here a little sloppy. So let's see how it looks in the 3D. And like I said before, it looks very thick, and I would like it to look just more like a normal roof, just because it's a basic building. So I'm going to change it to a smaller one. And as we can see here, I also made a mistake, and that is by not putting the roof so it actually covers the walls, or some of the upper walls. And usually roofs go a little bit outside of the building because it's the facade of the building. Here, now it's slightly outside of the building, but I also want it slightly outside from the shorter ends also. But before changing that, I will show you how to connect the walls to the roof, and this is one of my favorite things in Revit. And how you do this is by selecting the wall, and then at the upper side of the menu to the right you see attach top or detach top. And by clicking the attach top to the roof, it will automatically create the form of the roof. And you can simply just detach it if you make something wrong by doing the same thing. So we are going to do this all around the building, and we're going to attach all of the walls to the roof. Now it's beginning to look like a house. So what you can do here is to go into the more of the roof detailings, and the roof is has a lot of different details and components and materials that we can add a simple gutter. It's very simple, just select it and click it on the sides, usually the upper sides. To put down a fascia. We also want to put down one of these guys to make it look like one of those roof characteristics. And these planks here will help from wind and water to enter the roof. And the same goes here. You can actually see in the properties that you can change, you can either change the material of it, or you can change the thickness or the length, or just like anything else in Revit, you can change the materials and how it looks. It's important to create a new component, because if you don't create a new component, you will actually change all of the existing ones in the project, which can lead to some problems if you want to, for example, have one component that is different than the rest of them. So that is why we always change the components of walls or roofs, for example, or floors, depending on different materials or different thicknesses and heights, etc. If you wish to stay updated, please hit that subscribe button.